Uh, Good morning, guys. At the outset, I want to. Am I audible? Because I'm normally not comfortable with the podium. I get tensed. At the outset, I want to thank our SRK sir and our folks for having me here. It's an honor. The topic that I'm going to talk about, or I want to discuss, I want to share my feelings, which I normally do with all my folks wherever I go, is India is barren. It's paradoxical, isn't it, to consider a nation of 1.27 billion people to be barren, but yet it is. Barrenness is a state where a person is not able to beget an offspring. So barrenness can be due to many reasons: genetic reasons, health conditions, bad health practices. So there are many such reasons for barrenness. And a survey says a survey conducted on 250 million families rendered that 13 to 19 million families or couples are infertile. And IPN report says that this number is fast growing. So that means that there are more number of people becoming infertile as the days are going by. So the number is growing at a very fast pace. Barrenness is very sensitive stuff. Across the world, and in India, the word is even not mention worthy in a flowering family. So a person does not even say about it, does not even talk about it. The word is very considered unauspicious. So, but the good news is we have a cure for it. IVF, ICSI are some of the methods by which the infertility is being treated. I don't want to go into the explanations. It's a medical term which is totally odd and strange for us. But then there are treatments available for infertility. But then these treatments do not give us 100% results. The success rate is only about 30 to 40%, but the costs are about 50,000 to 1,50,000. ICSI costs about 80,000 to 1,50,000 in rupees, but the success rate per person per treatment is only 30 to 40% of success rates. But then people are still willing to take up this expense. They are willing to take up this treatment and somehow beget a child in their family. People are willing for that. A study, I recall reading somewhere that a study reveals that the the amount of money spent on fertility treatment is only second to the next highest expense made by human being, which is cosmetic surgeries. So why am I telling you all this? Totally irrelevant, isn't it? I recall a story having read somewhere. The story goes like this. A middle-aged couple go to a temple and they are standing in a line to visit their goddess. And on the way there is a little shop and they go ahead to buy a little wooden cradle. This is not new to any of us, right? A wooden cradle is there. We believe that we tie the wooden cradle to a sacred tree and the god or the goddess of the temple will grant us a child. So this middle-aged couple, they go stand on the line, they buy the cradle, they go to the tree again, then to tie the cradle there. They are just standing in the line. While they are standing there, there is another 7 to 8 year little girl standing by their side, and she is also waiting in the queue to tie a cradle to the tree. So the middle-aged woman just said, "Baby, you don't understand what this is. Go to your mother." She very tenderly said to the kid. And the kid turned around to the lady and with a very confident voice, she said something. She said, "Yes, I pretty much understand what this means. This god of this temple has been so powerful to give children to so many infertile parents. Perhaps she may find a set of parents for me too." This story had an impact on me. This story, alright, a little bragging, I wrote this story. And this story was because of an impact. There are children around who do not have families. There are families who are willing to spend millions to beget children. There is an imbalance in this world. A little statistics, please. Let me carry the numbers. I won't remember it, so I want to carry the numbers with me. 2007 UNICEF statistics says there are 25 million orphans in the world, out of which 14 million are from India. An addition of 44 million children when I say they are from the age of 0 to 14 or 16 years, there are 44 million destitute children in the world. I mean, in India alone. It is very sorry to say 16,000 children die every day, every year because of some preventable diseases which could have been prevented only because they had a normal family which could provide something. 30 lakh children died because of malnutrition. Under the age of 5 years, 30 lakh children die every year because of malnutrition. There are 3 lakh child beggars in India. Did we imagine there are 3 lakh child beggars in India? 4 lakh children live in the streets. The juvenile delinquency rate is at 64%. Let me explain. Juvenile delinquency is like children committing crime. So it is not just an offense, it is a crime. And 64% of all the crime crime happening in India is because of children. It's not a new scene for any of us to to see a lady carrying a little baby and coming and begging to us. There's not a new scene for any of us to see the kids in the streets begging or selling tacky stuff for their money, or being not properly clothed, not properly fed, not properly sheltered. It is not new for any of us. We would just go ahead and we would say, oh my God, and then we walk away. We desperately try that we forget it, and we just move on with our lives. Why am I even talking about this? I remember a line, I recall these lines from a famous movie, Three Idiots. Give me some sunshine, give me some rain, give me another chance. I want to grow up once again. Every child has its right to live. We had a chance to live, we had a chance to complain, but from these kids, the very right to live a childhood life has been snatched. Cutting the long story short, I want to quickly go to what we can do about this. One may very neatly argue, or one may very neatly present, there are so many orphanages and charity homes for these kids. But what these children need is not a charity home. What these children need is not an orphanage. They to constantly remind them that they are homeless, they constantly remind them that they are orphans. No, what these need is a father. What they need is a mother. What they need is a brother, a sister, a family, like any of us did have, all of us did have. So my suggestion or my humble request to all of you is like, all of us, this is a constant vote that I have made to myself, and that is what I want to present. Eye donation, organ donation, all of this is on the hype. We talk about it, we record about it, we write about it, we post about it, we share it's in the trending. But all of this you do only after you're dead. You're no longer going to see what is happening. Which life did you support? But there is one thing you can share, one thing you can donate is parenthood donation. What is parenthood donation? Parenthood donation is, like many of us are young couples and few others are going to be couples soon, parents very soon. So you can share your parenthood in a way that when you're planning for your second child, why not go ahead and adopt one from the streets? India is a country with 39% of children in the world, and 39% of our population are children at the age of 14 to 16. And 61% are adults. If all our people are going to adopt their have their second child as an adopted child, within 5 to 10 years, India will not have orphans. India will not have destitute children in the streets. We will be building a strong country. And God forbid that any of us should be infertile. In my case also, but just in case if you come across someone who's so upset of being infertile, instead of spending 1.5 lakhs on an ICSI treatment or an IVF treatment, which is only 30% of success rate, why not invest that money into a child's life? Adopt someone. You can build up the child. You would have given a new world, a new life, and a new hope to a blooming India. I'm not here to blame. I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to show that I'm better than any of us. Seriously and honestly, I want to take this chance. Wherever I go, share this. If I could have moved one heart here, which would be convinced today to make this vow, I wish all of us could make this vow today, that my second child will be an adopted child, then that would be the life best lived. Let it trend here, as it is always. Let it trend in the Twitter, let it trend in Facebook, let it trend everywhere that we go ahead. That each one should adopt one, and one family adopt one child. So let this trend, let this keep ringing in our heart. We will be making better India, an India which is never poor, an India which is never weak. Thank you.